So, dear students, I am going to start chapter number 1, that is India, Site and Location. And I'm just going to provide you an overall information about chapter number 1. Okay, so we'll be discussing the entire chapter in brief. Okay, which will provide you almost all the important like information from this chapter actually. Okay, so let us start with chapter number 1, India, Site and Location. So as we all belong to the country India, so it is very much essential to know about our country. Okay, because India is one of the oldest country in the world. Okay, Indian civilization is one of the ancient civilization, and India is having a very strategic location in the world. So this is why it is very much essential to know in details about the site and the location of India, as well as how India has established relationship with many countries of Europe, Africa, and the Asian countries. Okay, in the ancient time and also after the discovery of the oceanic routes and all. Okay, that we are going to discuss. So as we know that India is one of the ancient civilization in the world. Okay, so India has achieved multifaceted socio-economic progress during the last 5 decades. Okay, so Indian civilization is one of the oldest civilization in the world, and India has a very long history. Okay, India has a very long history actually, and India has achieved a multifaceted development. Multifaceted development means we have achieved development in various fields, like in the field of economy, in the field of technology, okay, in the field of medical sectors and all. In all the sectors, actually, we have achieved a lot of development. Actually, okay, we have developed a lot, and it has moved forward, displaying remarkable progress in the field of agriculture, industry, technology, and overall economic development. So India has moved forward, okay, by doing a remarkable progress in the field of agriculture. India is one of the most important agriculturally developed nations. In terms of industrialization also, we have done a lot, actually. We have achieved a lot. In terms of technology, India is one of the most developed nation in terms of technology. Okay. And overall economic development also, okay, like during the colonial period or before the independence, the economic condition of our country was not so good actually, but after the independence of our country, we have improved the economic condition of our country to a large extent, actually. Okay. And even the contribution of India in the world history is of very significance, actually. Okay, like you can find the mention of India in different historical events and all. Okay, like in the World War One, World War Two, the Indian freedom movement and all. Okay, in this all historical events, actually, India has played a very important role, actually. Okay, so you can understand the importance of India as a country in the world, actually. Okay, so this is why we need to know in details about the location of India, its size, and its relation with the different countries of the world. So if we talk about the location of India, India is a country which is located in the northern hemisphere. Okay, India is a country which is located entirely in the northern hemisphere, and the latitudinal and the longitudinal extension of India is like the mainland India actually. Okay, India lies between 8 degrees 4 minutes north to 37 degrees 6 minutes north latitude, and 68 degrees 7 minutes east to 97 degrees 25 minutes east longitude. Okay, so this is the latitudinal and the longitudinal extension of India. Okay, and with the help of this latitudinal location, we can easily say that India is located in the northern hemisphere, and to be more precise, it is located in the eastern part of the world actually. Okay, and the most important one of the most important latitude, that is the Tropic of Cancer, whose value is 23 degrees 30 minutes north. Okay, it passes through the center of our country. Okay, and it almost divides our country into two equal halves in the north and the south, and as a result of which the northern part of the country, okay, the northern part of India, which lies to the north of the Tropic of Cancer, they experience a subtropical type of climate, and the southern part of our country, okay, basically which lies to the south of the Tropic of Cancer, they experience a tropical type of climate condition. Okay, so in our country, we experience, okay, a varied climatic conditions. Not only this, but also we are having different kinds of relief features in our country, because of which okay, we are very much enriched with different types of agricultural crops. We are enriched with different types of physical characteristics. Okay, and because of this, the social, economic, and the cultural progress we can find, okay, in our country. And India, our country, India, basically from 22-degree north latitude, actually, our country, India, it protrudes, it enters into the Indian Ocean. Okay, it becomes a tapper, okay, in size, and it enters into the Indian Ocean. And as a result of which, the Indian Ocean gets separated into two sea, actually. Two arms of the Indian Ocean has been formed. And one is the Bay of Bengal in the east and the Arabian Sea on the west, actually. Okay, and in this Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea, we are having two island groups of our country. That is the Andaman and Nicobar Island group in the Bay of Bengal and the Lakshadweep Island group in the Arabian Sea. So the Lakshadweep Island group is basically coral in origin, as we have discussed. And the Andaman and Nicobar Island is believed to be a part of this volcanic island, okay, to be a part of this oceanic mountains actually, which is an emerged, okay, uplifted part of the oceanic mountains. Okay. And in this Andaman and Nicobar Island group, actually, okay, it forms the southernmost extension of our country. And the last southernmost part of our country, that is the Indra Point, is located in this in the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay, but unfortunately, it got submerged under the water during the tsunami of 2004. Okay, so this is what about the location of India actually. So in this world, this globe actually, you can see that here you can find that the Tropic of Cancer is there, which is a dotted line. Okay, and you can see that the equator is there, which is a dotted line, and this equator, it divides the world into two halves. The northern half is the northern hemisphere, and the southern half is the southern hemisphere. Okay, so India is lying entirely in the northern hemisphere, and in between 8 degrees 4 minutes north to 37 degrees 6 minutes north latitude. Okay, and the Tropic of Cancer, it passes through the center of our country. Okay, it passes through the state like Rajasthan, some parts of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, West Bengal, West Bengal, Tripura. Okay, so now let us discuss about the size of India. So India is one of the largest country in the world, both in terms of size and in terms of population. In terms of size, India holds the 7th position, and in terms of total population, India holds the 2nd position. Okay, after China. So here we are going to discuss about the size of India. So India is the one of the largest landmass. Okay, India is the largest country. Okay, it is surrounded by the oceans on 3 sides and by the Himalayan mountains on the other. So it occupies a total area of 3.28 million square kilometer. The total area of India is 3.28 million square kilometer, and this 3.28 million square kilometer area is equivalent to 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. That means India occupies 2.4% of the total landmass of the world actually. And with this 2.4% total geographical area of the world, India holds the 7th position. India holds the 7th position in terms of size actually. Okay. So here you can see this bar diagram which shows the size of different countries and their position actually. Okay, so Russia is the country which is having the largest, okay, which is the largest country in the world, around 17.09 million square kilometer. Canada holds the 2nd position, followed by USA. China holds the 4th position in terms of size, in terms of area. Brazil holds the 5th position. Australia is at the 5th, and Australia is at the 6th, and India at the 7th position actually. Okay, in terms of size. Okay, so these are the topmost 7 countries actually. Okay, top 7 countries in terms of size actually. Okay, so India holds a total area. India is having a total area of 3.28 million square kilometer, and which is equivalent to 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. Okay, so as I said that India is surrounded by oceans on 3 sides, and we are having the island groups as well. And on the others, in the northern part and in the eastern part, we are bounded by the Himalayas and by the northern plains actually. Okay, to some extent. So our country is having a total land boundary of 15,200 kilometers. Okay, and the total coastline of our country is 7,516.6 kilometers, including the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay, land boundary basically refers to here where it is written 68 degrees 7 minute in the map. From here, if we move through the border of a country, okay, like this way, and when you will reach, okay, like this way, from here we reach, and we will reach again in this part, okay, in West Bengal, this part, this, okay, this part actually here, okay, just above the Bay of Bengal here, okay, till here, the total area, the total length actually is 15,200 kilometers. Okay, the total length is 15,200 kilometers, and it is the land boundary of our country actually. Okay, and the total coastline of a total length of India's coastline is 7,516.6 kilometers. That means from 68 degrees 7 minutes where it is written, from there, if we move like this way through the ocean, through the Arabian Sea, then to the Bay of Bengal and the Indian Ocean, like this way till here, okay, it is 7,516.6 kilometer, but sometimes we say that 7,517 kilometers, okay, including this Andaman and Nicobar and the Lakshadweep Islands. So I hope you have understood the difference between the length of the coastline and the length of India's land boundary. So land boundary is something different from the coastline. Okay. So India is having many neighboring countries. Actually, our country is having many neighboring countries. Like we are having Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest. Okay, Nepal, Bhutan, and Tibet, that is which is occupied by China in the north. Again, we are having Bangladesh in the eastern side. Okay, in the northeastern side, we are having Thailand, Myanmar and all. Okay, and in the southern side, we are having two island neighboring countries, that is Maldives and the Sri Lanka. Okay, so with all these countries, actually, we share our basically means with all these countries in the northern and the eastern part, we share our land boundary. Okay, and the largest land boundary India shares with Bangladesh. Okay, India shares the largest land boundary with Bangladesh, starting from here. Okay, from the Sundarban region here actually till here actually. Okay, till this Tripura part till here. This entire area, okay, this is the entire area, we are having border with Bangladesh actually. So this is why we are having the largest, okay, longest land boundary with Bangladesh actually, it is safe. Okay, not with Pakistan or Afghanistan, but with Bangladesh. So as I have said that India is from 22-degree north latitude, India becomes taper, okay, and it protrudes into the Indian Ocean. And the Indian Ocean gets divided into two seas, that is the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal actually. Okay, and if we take into consideration the difference between the latitude and the longitude, there is a almost 30-degree variation. There is a almost difference of 30-degree actually. Okay, variation is there between the latitudes and between the longitudes actually. So because of this 30-degree variation in the latitude and the longitudinal extension of our country, okay, there is a time difference of 2 hours. Because of the longitudinal difference, there is a time difference of 2 hours between the west and the east, that is between Gujarat and Arunachal Pradesh. And because of 30-degree latitudinal variations, there is a difference in the duration of day and night between the north and the south. Okay, so from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, there is a time lag of 2 hours actually, and hence the time along the standard meridian of India passing through Mirzapur is taken as the standard time for the whole country. Okay, so from the west to the east, okay, or from the east to the west, there is a time difference of 2 hours. Okay, actually there is a time difference of 2 hours. That means the sun rises 2 hours earlier in Arunachal Pradesh and the sun rises 2 hours later in Gujarat. Okay, but our watches show the same time. And how does it happen actually? It happens because every country has their own standard time, and this standard time is selected or determined according to the standard meridian. Okay, and in our country, 82-degree 30-minute east longitude has been selected as the standard meridian. Okay, and as we are having only one standard meridian, so we are having only one standard time, and this is the reason that throughout our country, okay, the watches show the same time. If you are in Lakshadweep, if you are in Ladakh, if you are in Andaman and Nicobar, if you are in Arunachal Pradesh or Gujarat, wherever you are in India, your watch will say the same time actually. Why? Because India is maintaining only single time. There are only one standard time. Okay, so this is the reason actually. Okay, and one more thing you need to know, that why this 83-degree 30-minute east has been selected as the standard meridian. Why not 80-degree or 84 or 85-degree? See, this 82-degree 30-minute east, it has been selected as the standard meridian for our country because The first condition is that it almost passes through the center of our country. Okay, here you can see that the line which I am drawing, I think the line is visible. Here you can see that almost the standard meridian, it passes through the center of our country, and the country gets divided into almost two equal halves between the west and the east. Okay, from here till the standard meridian, and from the standard meridian to the west, the country is almost divided into two equal halves. That means 82°30' east almost passes through the center of our country. And another condition is that according to some international rules, actually, you can say the standard meridian of any country must be divisible by 7°30'. Okay, so in case of this 82°30', okay, it is almost divisible by 7°30' actually. So this is why it has been selected as the standard meridian. Okay, so here we came to know that which is the standard meridian of India and why it has been selected as the standard meridian of our country. Okay, so now the latitudinal difference. Okay, as because there is a 30° difference in the latitude. Okay, latitudinal difference is the 8°4' north to 37°6' north. So in our country, there's a variation in the duration of day and night as we move from the south towards the north. Okay, when we are in the extreme southern part, okay, that is in Kanyakumari, at that time the duration between the day and night is almost equal. Or when we are in Andaman and Nicobar Island, the duration between day and night is almost equal. Okay, because the places which are located very close to the equator, the difference between the day and night is not so large actually. But as we go away from the equator, the duration between the day and night become much larger. Okay, means okay, like in case of Jammu and Kashmir, actually, the point 37°6' north, at that particular point, there's a huge difference between the duration of day and night actually. Okay, so the duration of night is quite more actually than the day actually. So this is the implication of 30° variation in the latitude and the longitudinal extension of our country actually. Okay, so this is what about the size of our country and its implications. Okay, and next we are moving to discuss about the relationship of India with the other countries of the world. Okay, so as India is the country which is having one of the oldest civilizations, so India's relation with the other countries of the world is not new actually. Okay, India has a very old link or history with different countries of Asia, even with many countries of Europe and Africa actually. Okay, so when the oceanic routes were not discovered, actually means when the people, when the travelers or the sailors, okay, they did not discover this oceanic routes through the Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, and the Arabian Sea. Before that, also India had relationship with the West Asian countries and all. Okay, like we had relation with Afghanistan, we had relation with okay Iran, Iraq, and all these countries and all through the land area actually. Okay, through the land routes. Okay, and I think some of you know about the Silk Route actually. Okay, so this Silk Route is one of the oldest trading route actually, and India is connected okay to different countries of West Asia and the Central Asia through this Silk Route actually. Okay, and later on with the discovery of the oceanic routes through the Indian Ocean, India had established a close relation with the European countries in the West and also with the African countries actually. Okay, so now after the discovery of the oceanic routes, actually, we can reach to different countries of the world actually. Okay, we can reach to different European countries and the Asian countries as well as the African countries through the oceanic routes. Okay, so here in the map, you can see that on the west, we are having the Arabian Sea, on the east, we are having the Bay of Bengal and the Indian Ocean in the south. So through this oceanic routes, we are having the ports, and through these ports, we can reach to Tanzania, Somalia, Yemen, Oman. Okay, we can reach to Singapore. Okay, we can reach to Myanmar, Thailand, and all. Okay, through this sea routes and all. And even now we are connected with the most advanced mode of transport, that is the air routes also. Okay, but before the discovery of this oceanic routes and before the invention of these aeroplanes and all, India was connected to Iran, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Tibet, that is China, Kazakhstan, and all through the land routes. Okay, and this land routes was connected through the mountain passes. Like we are having the Himalayas. So in the Himalayas, there are some mountain passes. Okay, so through these mountain passes, actually, okay, the people can easily pass one side of the mountain to the other. Okay, and this mountain passes, it provided easy passage to many foreign travelers, many foreign traders and all who came to our country. They carry out the trade and commerce. Okay, and even they collected the goods from our country and went to their countries actually. Okay, like the goods like the Muslims, the spices and all, they were of very high demand in their countries. So the traders who used to come to our country, they used to collect these goods. They used to sell their products. They used to collect the goods from India and they used to go back to their countries. Okay, not only this, but many foreigners, foreign travelers actually, they came and visited our country. Okay, and after visiting our country, they have written many books. Okay, in their books, they have mentioned about the India's culture, India's heritage, India's food habit, about the India's peoples and all. Okay, and even there's a mention of the India's epics like the Ramayana, Mahabharata. Okay, there's a mention of the ancient scriptures like the Upanishads, the Panchatantra and all. Okay, not only these. Okay, the idea of the Indian numerical system, decimal system and all, it got spreaded to different countries of the world. Okay, through these foreign travelers and all. Okay, and even the Indian travelers also, they visited many countries of the world, and they also came to know a lot of information about the other countries and all. And even India is a country which was ruled by many many foreign rulers actually. Okay, so like we can see those imprints in our country actually. Okay, as the foreign rulers, they ruled our country, so their art and architectural style can be seen in our country. Okay, their art and architectural style can be found in our country. Like there are various minarets and also, okay, which are being constructed in our country, and the architectural style, they basically belong to the West Asian countries. Okay, they basically belong to the Greek script style at all. Okay, so this is just the imprints of the foreign culture and the architecture in our country, as well as we can find the imprint of Indian culture, Indian heritage in different countries of the world. Okay, and after the discovery of these oceanic routes, actually, okay, it became very easier for the Indian people to send the goods to the other European countries and all, and uh, the transportation system through the oceanic routes become more easier and faster after the construction of the Suez Canal. Okay, after the construction of the Suez Canal here, okay, the distance, okay, the time taken by the Indian ships, okay, the time taken by the ships to travel from India to the European countries, okay, it got reduced by around 7,000 kilometers. And after the construction of the Suez Canal is constructed here actually. Okay, so now you can see that from the very ancient time only, okay, India has served as a very important nation in the world. Okay, the Indian heritage, Indian culture, Indian economy, it has influenced many rulers, the Britishers and all. Okay, and not only this, our relation with the other countries of the world is not new, but very much old actually. Okay, so this is what about the relationship of India with the other countries of the world. Okay. So now if we talk about the neighboring countries of India, see, India is a country which is separated into many subdivisions, okay, in the form of states and the union territories. Okay, so we are having 20th states and 9 union territories. It is mentioned here 9 union territories actually. Okay, but in some books you will find that 8 union territories has been mentioned because Daman and Diu and Dadra and Nagar Haveli has been merged. So 20th states and 9 union territories are there within our country, and our country is we are having many countries are there which are our neighboring countries actually. Okay, like Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwestern part, China, okay, that is the Tibetan part, Nepal and Bhutan in the northern part, Myanmar and Bangladesh in the eastern side, and in the southern part of our country, okay, in the oceans, we are having Maldives and Sri Lanka, okay, which are our island neighboring countries. So this Maldives and Sri Lanka is connected to India, okay, through the Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea actually. Okay, and Sri Lanka is located very close to India actually, and it is separated by a narrow channel of water body which is known as the Palk Strait and the Gulf of Mannar. Palk Strait and Gulf of Mannar, not Palk Strait alone, but Palk Strait and Gulf of Mannar, they both has separated Sri Lanka from India actually. Okay, and the countries like India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh, okay, they are together known as the Indian subcontinent. Okay, the country India, Pakistan, Okay, India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh. These 5 countries together is known as the Indian subcontinent actually. Okay, because they form a very large physical entity. They form a very large geographical area. Okay, where we can find almost all the characteristics required for a continent. Okay, to be considered as a continent. So this is why India, along with its neighboring countries like Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh, is considered as a subcontinent actually. Okay. So this is what about the chapter India size and location, and this chapter provides us information about the India's size, its location, its relation with the other countries, as well as about its neighboring countries actually.